Goody Mo, we out here. So, if you're ready for a new show, get ready to see what I'm about to get into next. Because the greatest thing you're going to witness is the journey. Out here, getting ready to go back into the house, and I wanted to give you guys a quick little tip about trying to stay healthy and eating while on the go. So I'm in the car right now. I'm about to pull up to the gas station and get a couple things, right? And basically, to simplify your options, you can either go with something that's going to give you good energy very quickly, or you can give you something that's going to be nutritious and then give you energy a little bit slower, but it'll be worth it in the long run. So you got a few different options. So you got either, you can grab like a protein shake, which should run you, at least over here on the East Coast, about like $5-6, right? And that'll get you roughly 30-40 grams of protein, which is really, really good. Or you can try and split that up between a protein bar or an actual meal, where you can get maybe like beef jerky, or even sometimes you can find things like these little baked chicken bite packages and stuff like that. So you got a few different options. Now, if you don't want to get something that's protein focused, you can always get something that's a little more carb focused if you're low on energy. So of course your fruits and trail mixes and, you know, nut bars and protein bars and stuff like that too. So I'll show you a couple of different things. All right, so we pulled up. As you can see, we're here at the Circular K, and I think we're gonna go ahead and buy the gas inside, and then I can show you some of the snacks on the inside. So we got this.
However you like breakfast, there's the biggest choice waiting for you at McD's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices of participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or complimentary and this is Joey's Good Feed Store.
Well, a study for Arts reports that the Good Feed Store, for me, it's completely changed the game. Not only helped my pain, but completely changed the way I feel.
So we pretty much are straight. I decided to just get a coffee, but pretty much those are your simple options. You got drinks, you got real food, you got protein bars, you got snacks, you got all different kinds of things you can do. The key thing to remember though is that you want to save money, right? Get the most value, but at the same time you don't want to blow your nutritional budget at the same time. Like, you don't want to have too many calories, too much sugar, and all that other crap too. So here's my best tip for you: try to get your protein from whole foods. Whole foods meaning like chicken, vegetables, you know, rice and things like that, and use the drinks and shakes and stuff like that as a way to supplement. That way you can kind of get the most nutrition, meaning like vitamins and micronutrients, along with all the other cool stuff like building muscle and things like that. Whole foods also give you better energy when it comes to the overall consumption of food. These protein bars are quick fixes. They're like Band-Aids. They're not the real thing, you know? So that's the key thing you want to remember. Alright, Mo, I'm just now leaving the gym, about to head back into the house, and I wanted to show you what I'm using for my after workout meals / snacks. This is the Lean Body. This is 40 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar. Now this one's cool, but it's a little on the expensive side. If you really want to save money, buy a tub of powder and bring it home and drink it with water or milk. That'll save you so much money. So really quickly, I could give you my opinion on protein supplements and protein shakes and stuff like that, right? So essentially, a lot of these things people try to use as like meal replacements and stuff like that. That's cool, like that's an idea, but what you want to try to do is use that as like a backup plan, right? So I'm drinking this because right now I'm on my way to basically start streaming in about 15 minutes. So cooking something's not really an option right now, and also trying to eat something that's meal prepped right now wouldn't really satisfy me, because what I have meal prepped isn't going to be 40 grams of protein, right? So this is pretty much the best option to get the most exponential growth when it comes to the day, right? And what I mean by that is I could have eaten like a regular meal that would have got me like 20 grams of protein, or I could have done that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But what these shakes and protein bars wind up doing is it basically gives you a jump start, a boost, a power up for the day. So like I could essentially jump up 40 grams of protein just from a drink, and then if I wanted to, if I was really bulking or like trying to get my calories up, I could eat something with this. But I'm not going to eat anything with this. This is just going to be 40 grams of protein and basically a dessert for 270 calories. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, so that's pretty much how you want to look at protein bars and shakes, as just little boosts and power-ups. Don't rely on them as like a whole meal, okay? And don't, if you do rely on it on a meal like I'm doing now, don't do it every day. Like tomorrow for dinner, I got to make sure I'm eating like some whole foods, and if I do have a shake, make sure it's, like I said, a supplement, an extra, a bonus, okay? It's not bad. This is like it goes down like a milkshake. They have some flavors where they want it to taste more like ice cream. Like the strawberry one is pretty good. They have some weird flavors like pina colada, but one really good one is the salted caramel. Everybody knows about that one. But this is pretty good. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. For the amount of protein, and for it to still go down like a shake, some of those high protein shakes go down like glue. They're pretty thick and like nasty. So sometimes you'll hear about protein, and it's kind of about a conversation of how much you should eat, building muscle and things like that, the very basic talking points. But here's kind of what I want you to take away about protein. It's supposed to be a building block for your body alongside all the other nutrients you need. So don't think like, if I want to build a stronger body, I just need protein. You need protein as well as a lot of other nutrients, which is why protein bars and shakes aren't always the best option, because they are pretty much focused on that one macronutrient. It's very rare you'll get a well-rounded protein shake or something like that. That's usually like a meal replacement shake, but it's rare you'll get one with such a high number of protein. So that's why it's important to make sure you're getting your protein as well as all your other vitamins and minerals from your food, and then use supplements like multivitamins, protein shakes and bars and stuff like that to help supplement. That's what they're called, supplements. So if you're a person who, like, first thing in the morning you drink like an Ensure or an Equate or a protein shake, that's awesome. That's good. That's a good way to like boost your day, right? You just want to find ways to find balance. So if you do that every day, then you might want to find days where you can eat an actual, whole food breakfast with similar amounts of nutrients and vitamins and things like that. But if that's what you do, like it's just more convenient, that's cool too. Just think about the rest of the day. Try to get more whole foods for the rest of the day. Lunch, dinner, maybe snacks and things like that. So the key thing here is protein's good. You need a lot of it, and you probably aren't eating enough, but you do need to make sure it's protein coming from good sources of food and not just shakes and like, snacks all the time. Actually, like, get into the kitchen or find some really, really good restaurants that'll give you, if you're into meat, some good cuts of meats, or if you're more plant-based or vegetarian, find some really, really good balanced meals that give you all the nutrients you need and, taste good too. Don't sacrifice on taste. But that's it for me. We'll call this an episode of Eat Better Today. And we pretty much went over some protein snacks, some options you can have on the go, as well as my opinion on how you should really look at protein bars and shakes. So I'm about to go ahead and go game. I'm about to be online and gaming. If you follow me on my other YouTube channel, you'll see all the cool, funny content on there. But I will see you guys very, very soon. And also put in the comments what your experience is with your favorite protein snacks. I want to know.